I'm good. Actually, more than good. Kinda great. Even on the bad days, I thank God for making me brave. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. What, how long is this? Like 2 hours later? When you see me coming on this late in the evening, you just know it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But we're here, we made it. Happy, what day is it today? Tuesday. And also happy International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Like as if today was going to go and I wasn't going to say anything. So, hi, my name is Sylvia. I'm visually impaired, and I'm living best life, and I'm taking you guys along with me. I'm here. I'm every day. What? I'm here every day for 100 days, every single day, daily live. And then it's December. Everyone's doing Vlogmas, so we're just gonna do Livemas, or should just call it Vlogmas? Let's just call it Vlogmas too. Same thing, but it's not a vlog. It's just me popping up. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys. Oh gosh. Okay. I just want to talk to you guys today quickly as I can, about what International Day of Persons with Disabilities is. And it should be all year round, but also I recognize the importance of having these special months dedicated to awareness days or special observances, because as much as all year round we celebrate everyone, we accept everyone, we're inclusive, we love everyone and all that. Also, when you have specific special months to highlight things and advocate for things, it's really, really helpful, because then you have like a condensed period of time to talk about certain issues. But on this channel over here, it's all year round, every single day. Just like, I don't know, we always say like Mother's Day is not just on the one day, it's every single day from the second you have a child, every single day. So yeah, disability, well, I guess International Day of Person with Disabilities is every day, okay? Because we're not disabled on one day and not wait, we're not disabled on one day and then non-disabled on the other. That's it. But I think one thing also I think I want to share at some point is like things like ableist language that people use. It's unintentional, but it's good when you learn. So I'm going to share some of the ableist words or language that people use unintentionally, well-meaning people. And then so just we're aware over here. So it can be, let's be a resource. I'm going to be a resource over here. But yeah, so I'm just gonna turn down the volume all the way down. And I have my tea just so for when my voice gets a bit, see, I've already started on it. Can you see the straw? It's my ginger tea. And another thing I realized, like, I speak quickly as if um what's the word, as if you're not worth my time and vice versa, and I'm not worth your time, and I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to take my time and say what I'm saying carefully, take my time with all of you, and get the message out, chat, talk to you, everything. So I'm going to stop speeding through my words if I remember to. But yeah, let me check in on the chat quickly before I begin what might qualify as a presentation. It might qualify as a presentation, I don't know, but yeah. Let's see, do we have, okay, so please like the live when you come in. It will be really, really helpful. And then also do share this with other people as well, so that they can I don't know, maybe learn a thing or two, or also join the journey for 69 days. For 69 days. Today is day 31, by the way, guys. It's like a whole actual calendar month. And also, incidentally, it's the 31st year of International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It was launched, or it was started in 1992 by the UN. So What are the odds, right? Here we have Mateo. Hi Mateo, how are you? What's with a question mark? What's confusing you? um, Hi Palessa, welcome back. Thank you for joining in again. Okay, so Mr. Coolio, you're back. You're still looking for a wife. um, I wish you all the best in that. Okay, so I'm gonna start basically talking through what International Day of Persons with Disabilities is, and I found this article on what was it, on Yahoo News, which I think would be really really helpful. And then I've got like a really cute good news story of a disabled person, good news story basically, so in theme with today. So I'll show you guys, but I'm just going to start with explaining what it is. Okay, so if I can read it quickly. By the way, I'm reading my phone by zooming in. That's how I can see it, so like that. So that's how I'm reading my phone. I have a little bit of vision left in one of my eyes, so that's what I use to navigate when I can. I use as much of it as I can. So yeah, okay. So December 3rd every year is International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and it began in 1992. The United Nations recognizes this day to promote awareness and support for dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities. Um, so this is the theme for this year, which is it's the 31st year, and this is the 31st Live a Little Life Challenge. So what are the odds? Well, actually, the odds could happen, but like great odds, great odds. um, okay, so the theme this year is uh, amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities. Hang on, let me just try and read it first. Okay, so amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future. So amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future, which is, I guess, empowering people who are disabled to be in leadership positions. And then these are the 5 key focus points for this year, which every year, every day, this should be the focus for everyone, every day. Okay, promoting the leadership of persons with disabilities in all areas of life. So we want to see people who are disabled in government. We want to see us being CEOs of big organizations, okay, not, well, I was going to say not just our little companies, our own companies that we start, but then that's also good. That's also good. And then also, there are also like some big companies out there which have actual disabled CEOs and leadership and everything. Like I recently found out people who are disabled, neurodivergent, who have sensory disabilities as well, just all kinds of disabilities, basically invisible disabilities, which could be people who are neurodivergent. So I recently found out that Richard Branson has ADHD, he's neurodivergent. Who else was it again? Let me see. I actually have a list, but there's a few people, essentially. There's a few people out there, and they have managed to get through life, and they champion they champion the disabled community, and they credit their disabilities or their, I guess, different way of thinking or how they've coped with their disability as as part of the reason rather for their success. So when you see someone with a disability, it doesn't mean that they cannot do anything. In fact, getting through a day, a year, a month, whatever it is, anything at all in life with a disability and still managing to keep a smile on their face or not. We don't have to be smiley all the time, by the way. Just getting through that day, being creative, thinking outside the box, finding ways to do things that other people don't necessarily have to think about. That is enough as it is. That is creativity. That is good thinking. That is, what's the word I'm looking for? Efficiency. So yeah, tangent, but basically I was just saying leadership and leadership positions, government, everywhere. We should have people with disabilities there so that we are part of the decision making in this whole world, which we all should be, just like everyone. We all should have a say in the decisions that are made for us in this whole world. Okay, so ensuring the second point is ensuring the inclusion of persons with disabilities in all aspects of society, which is essentially this similar to what I was just saying. So yeah, what I advocate for as well, like let's say if we say society, social media is part of society, and the fact that you can just scroll and scroll and scroll on social media and barely come across somebody, at least with a visible disability, or someone even with an invisible disability, really talking about it is actually it's interesting. It shouldn't be like that. So we should actually have people in leadership positions, even within social media itself, even in the local community, just involved. Basically, we should have people in leadership positions and people who are involved in all aspects of society, everywhere. But because we're here, like we're here, we're living life too. We're here in the same things. We all go to the supermarkets the same way. We all buy the same things. We all use the same devices and so on and so forth. So yeah. Um, there are 5 points. So on to point number 3, increasing the participation of persons with disabilities in decision making processes. So it's similar to what I said when I was talking about the first point, which is having persons with disabilities at the table. Okay, there should be someone with a seat at the table making all these decisions in life. Like, I don't know, for example, structural decisions. Is it structural? What's the word I'm looking for? Infrastructure, that's it. So people who make decisions about the infrastructure, there should be people, we should be consulted. I know recently they formed a task force for aviation. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this just yet. Maybe go look it up. But they formed a task force for aviation to kind of check that airlines are doing what they're supposed to be doing for people who want to travel, people with disabilities who want to travel. So there has been a lot of cases of people's wheelchairs being broken, just not being looked after, people being left on the plane, not being supported to get off the plane for hours. Just so much has happened for people like us when we try to travel independently. So there is actually a British task force to check that the airlines are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the fact that that had to be done now, like, why is that done this year? Why was that not there in the first place? Why was there not somebody actually there initially, like when all the decisions are being made to speak up and say something? Why did there have to be a task force of disabled people to tell them this is what you're supposed to be doing? Like, it should have been there from the word go with everything. This is what I'm saying about decision making and being involved in all aspects. Like, even just simple things like going on holiday. Going on holiday has to be complicated. But yeah, so yeah, there are some, good things happening, basically. Good things, we're headed in the right direction, and that's great. So point number 4, yeah, 4, raising awareness of the rights of persons with disabilities. So like I said, it's a human right, like being able to travel, getting on the plane, go to the airport, get on the plane, land, everything safely, your wheelchair, whatever it is, mobility aids, whatever you use, your things that you need basically for yourself should be kept safely, as should you. You should also be safe and you should have your dignity as a disabled person. And as a non-disabled person, you do. So everyone should be equal, we should all have the same opportunities. But yeah, and then now point number 5 is celebrating the achievements of persons with disabilities. So this is the fun part. This is where we're like, woo, we've done so many things, we've done lots of things. Look at this person, look at that person, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I do that every day here on this channel. I think I'm going to start bringing you like letting you guys know about the different people that are out there who have disabilities, who have achieved tremendous things. And one place you could actually look is the video that I made for Black History Month. It's in my video section. Stay with me first, but you can go and look at it after. It basically shows some of the amazing visually impaired. This was okay. It was Black History Month, and it's also a Blindness Awareness Month. So October was, I did a combination of those, and I um encouraged roped in some of my blind and visually impaired friends to come on and like talk about introduce. It was a fun video, basically. Just go and have a look at it, but not now, just stay here. But if you want to see some of the achievements that us disabled people have done or have made, then yeah, go over there and look at it. And there's so much other stuff, and I'm going to be coming over here and telling you guys about all the different people that I know that I can find, because I think it's beyond people, non-disabled people, just being aware. It's beyond just awareness raising. It's also empowering, which is what we're trying to do over here. The chat is moving, I think, so I'm just gonna try and see if there's anything in there that I need to check in on. Okay. Let's see. Let me actually finish this article. Let me finish this article. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's important that I continue. Okay, so yeah, this basically, this part of the article says the UN advocates for international days like today as a powerful advocacy tool, which is what I'd mentioned earlier. It's really important to have days like this, or weeks like this, or months like this, because although every day is the day for, you know, people who are disabled, because we're not disabled one day and non-disabled the next day. It's also important to have days, concentrated days like this, to raise issues and celebrate things and all that, because it's all year round, but you know, when you have a specific time for everyone to talk about something, more people are more likely to go and look into it. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, so it's seen as a day to effect, an opportunity to effect positive change, positive changes through observances across various critical sectors and institutions, such as governments, which I mentioned, civil society, out and about, basically both public and private sectors. So if you have a business, you should be thinking about how you could include, how you can be inclusive altogether. Just as much as the, you know, the government does or should. Should. Schools and universities. So yeah, okay, so before I carry on and tell you how you could be a better disability ally, or how you could be a disability ally, I'm just going to check in on the chat quickly. Let's just turn that down so it's not making any noise. Am I up to date? No, I'm not up to date. Okay, now I am. Okay. I'm just seeing a conversation between all of you, okay? Okay, so you guys were just talking to each other, which is great too. Okay, so I'm going to move on to how. Sorry? Oh, I don't see it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Your hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Rui, how come I don't see it? Hi, Rui. Hi, Rui. Hi, Rui. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you. Please like the live. It would really help me out. Oh yeah, I see you now. Hi, Rui. I see you now. Okay. So I'm going to move on to talk about things you can do to be a disability ally in life, whoever you might be, whatever your situation might be, because we could all, there's always something we could all do to make society more inclusive. Okay, so number one, you can learn. So learn about different types of disabilities and their advantages and and benefits, sorry, the advantages and benefits. Huh? Interesting. Okay. Um, so listen, ask questions and listen to disabled people and don't make assumptions to or finish their sentences. So listen to disabled people, listen to their life experiences, listen to, I should say our, because I'm part. Listen to our life experiences and yeah. Don't make assumptions. Don't assume. There was actually a really good campaign earlier this year. I think it was for Down Syndrome Day, and it was don't assume. I'm trying to ask, don't assume. I can't remember actually, but I would have to look for it and show you. Probably I'll show it on tomorrow's live when once I find it, because that's a bit of a search that I had to go and do. But it was a really really good campaign, and it really drove the message home about people making assumptions of other people, and just ask if you have a question, just ask, and also respectfully. Um, Okay. Oh, yeah, see, be respectful is the next point. Be respectful. Speak to disabled people with respect and acknowledge their individual experiences and abilities. Um, yeah, be respectful, speak to disabled people. Oh, yeah, I remembered what I wanted to say. And that's the other thing as well, like with the ableist language that you might not know that you're using. Disabled is not a bad word. Disabled is not a bad word. Like, use it, it's fine. When you say someone who has a disability, is you use another word like person of determination. No, no. It's just disabled. It's fine. That's the name. That's what it is. It's just disabled. So yeah, don't try and flower up the language. And also, do you know what? That's the other thing as well. Probably ask that person, if at all you're not sure about anything, just ask that person, how would you like to be referred to? How do you describe your disability? How do you describe your condition? You know, if you're not sure, just ask. Okay, so use inclusive language. Avoid ableist. Do you know what? I keep getting ahead of myself. So avoid ableist terms and call them out when you hear them. What I basically just said. Okay. Provide access and accommodations and champion accessibility and inclusion. So yeah, Uber drivers, don't be refusing blind people who use guide dogs because it's a dog. Like, it's not just a dog, it's literally it's their eyes, it's a mobility, it's part of them basically. It's like saying someone can't, I don't know, walk onto an escalator because they have legs. Wait, that doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean? Like, don't refuse blind people because they have guide dogs. Similarly with some, I would say, some shops and restaurants and things like that. Yeah. Okay. Speak out. If you see or hear bullying or discrimination, speak up or report it. You do not have to be disabled to do that. You do not have to be disabled to know whether or not someone is using the wrong language, whether or not someone is bullying somebody else because of their disability. You do not need to be disabled to feel that, to know the difference between right and wrong. So if you see anything, speak up. That is what an ally, a true ally, would do. You don't just watch it happen and say, oh, that was bad. Oh, they really shouldn't do that. And then you just go home and tell people the story. Oh, no, do you know, I saw somebody and they did this. Can you believe it? No, speak up right there and then and stop it right there and then, or report it. At least report it. But yeah, okay. Don't push. Don't put pressure on someone to change their mind if they say they can't do something. Don't put pressure on somebody to change their mind if they say they can't do something. Similarly, if somebody says they can do something, then they can. If someone is disabled and they say that they can do something, then they can. Your job is not to start trying to point out, oh, but this danger, oh, but that danger, oh, they know, like I live my every day assessing risks and dangers of doing every single thing that I do in my day and how I can get around things that I want to do. So, if I say that I want to go and climb Mount Everest, then I can do it. If I say I can make my own cup of tea, then I can make my own cup of tea. Like from simple things like make a cup of tea to like I said, climbing Mount Everest. By the way, actually I know someone who's on a mountain climbing challenge in Kenya, and I think where is Mount, it's not Mount Everest, what is it called? Kilimanjaro. I think it's in Tanzania. So yeah, shout out him. I think I will try and put a link to his fundraiser. He's fundraising to supply, I think it was like 500 white canes to children. I'm not sure if it's specifically in Kenya, but yeah, I'll put the link in there. But yeah, he's a blind or visually impaired person and he's doing that, and he said he can do it, so he can do it, and he is doing it. So when somebody says who is disabled, they say they can do something, they can. I've seen blind skateboard champions, blind people skiing, Paralympic skiers. What else have I seen? I was like, wow, okay, just mountain climbing for fun, for sport, just for fun, not even like to win medals or anything. There's so many things basically that people with disabilities can do. So as much as, there's the side of don't push somebody to try something if they say they can't do it, also don't tell somebody that they can't do something when they say that they can, because yeah, we spend our whole life from the moment we wake up planning ahead all the things we can do and looking at risks and trying to manage and cope and everything. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, let us have a little bit of fun, okay? um let me just take a look. A quick look, and see if there's something I need to update. So wow. Okay, Brian says hi, I'm gonna say Brian, Brian, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but hi, thank you for joining the live. Please subscribe, please like the live when you come in. We are talking Disability International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and it's also Disability History Month. So if you go back in one of my lives, I did talk about Disability History Month and what the focus is. This year is disability, livelihood, and employment. Very important. Don't you think YouTube is employment for a person with disability? Like, I think as an ally, if you find a creator, not just on YouTube, but on all the platforms, you should support them. Okay, just support them so they too can earn a living. So that's one thing you can do as an ally. Actually, I'll add that to my list of things. I didn't have it in there, but I'm going to add it. So that's one thing you can do as an ally. Not just this month, not just for today, but literally every single day, because like I said, every single day is International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And another thing, like 15% of the world population is disabled. So like we're the largest minority, and yet and still when you go about your life every day, let's see, I don't know, you're out and about, you're using social media, you're watching the news, you're watching I don't know, TV shows, you're watching adverts, you're just in your daily life, you don't really come across as many adaptations, or sorry, adaptions, the word is adaptions, as many adaptions and just things that have been made or changed, I guess, changed the way they were made before. Yeah. So that it's inclusive, so that everyone can be included, so that everyone has an equal opportunity, even work. Like there's actually in the UK a 30% employment gap between disabled people and non-disabled people. Like I know it's hard out there for everyone, obviously. Like not everyone can be employed or will be employed at the same time. It'd be an ideal world. But disabled people are disproportionately, I want to say, suffering from unemployment, right, than people who are non-disabled. Like, let's all be unemployed together, then let everyone be unemployed together. If you're disabled, if you're non-disabled, let the odds be the same. But the 30% gap, I found shocking. Well, I didn't find it shocking. Did I really find it shocking? I don't know if I actually found it shocking, but I found it bad, very bad. Those are very bad. For lack of a better word, it's just not. It's not on. But yeah, let's see. So hi Mohammed. Let's see. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining the live. I think I scrolled up. Did I scroll up? I got distracted talking about something else. Not something else necessarily, but yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go back and finish the list of things you can do as a non-disabled person to be an ally to the disability community. Not the cough picking up now. So where did I get to? Don't push. Okay, so here we go. Educate yourself. Learn about how to champion disabled people's rights. Learn how to champion disabled people's rights. So for one, like you see what I'm telling you guys about here, I'm giving you some stats, I'm giving you some facts. So those are things you can go home and think about. Oh God, you might be at home. You can go away and think about. You can go away and think about, and maybe put some things into action. Like for example, it's you don't really have to do much. Like it doesn't really take a lot to champion the rights of people with disabilities. Literally, you can just use your, if you have social media, make your platform accessible. There's small little minor changes you can do. You don't have to be knowing when there's demonstrations for people to demonstrate about something. It's really simple things. Like for example, I'm obviously a content creator, right? And I spend a lot of time on social media. But what I've noticed, me and many other people, is that a lot of the big creators, they don't remember to make their content accessible, or they don't even know how to, or they don't even know that it's a thing. Like actually, I was watching who was I watching? I was watching Jessie Wu earlier. I love her. I love Jessie Wu. And she was just like, she's funny. She was cracking her jokes and everything. And then she said, she was asking the audience, "Are you blind? Like, are you?" Because she was talking about something she's watching. I'll do that sidebar. I'll talk about that in a minute, actually. But yeah, she was talking about something that we're all watching and talking about it and reviewing. And there's a dynamic she had noticed between some two people, and she was saying like, you know what, I'm not blind, I'm not Stephen Wonder, and so on. Not Stephen, sorry, Stevie, because his name is not Stephen. Just just those little comments, right? And when she asked, "Are you blind, you people who are watching?" I was like, why, yes I am actually. Yes I am, ma'am. Like people don't actually remember that we could be there in the audience. They don't think about it, they don't consider it, they don't think maybe it might be a possibility. So something simple that I've done as a content creator, because I'm in this space, is I started this, I'm calling it like an awards ceremony, an awards spotlight thing. And literally the term is the awards that nobody asked for, but we all need. And it's just where I highlight or spotlight creators who actually make their content accessible. They make these small steps, people who have like researched, and they're not all of them are disabled. Some of them are non-disabled and they still make their content accessible. So it's small things you can do. Like I thought, I'm always on here talking about, oh, make your content accessible, put audio description, put actual just descriptions, image descriptions, put captions. I'm always saying all these things, but I felt like I needed to do more than just say it. So I started doing the awards and I've been having so much fun with them. Like it could actually also be fun to do advocacy work. So yeah, like I actually need to do the latest installment. But yeah, it's little, as I was saying, it's just small things you can do like that. Let's see, promote independence, encourage, okay, back to things you can do as a disability ally. Promote independence, encourage decision making to promote independence for people with disabilities. Yeah, so just don't assume somebody might want to do something like, actually, like for example, if I'm crossing the road and somebody just comes, which has happened, just comes and grabs my arm and starts helping me across the road, I don't, did you ask me? Did I say I needed help? Did I, like, you should ask people and encourage rather, promote independence. So ask the person if they need help or not. If they do, like, help them, support them, then ask how you're going to support them, what help it is they need. If they say no thank you, then leave them be, let them continue, continue about your day. Say, okay, have a good day, and off you go. But yeah, it's important to recognize the independence of persons with disabilities as part of being a disability ally. I'm gonna show you guys a good news story. It was a cute little video I came across the other day in honor of disability, International Day of Persons with Disabilities. And it's basically this little girl who's deaf, profoundly deaf, whose neighbors actually learned sign language just so they can communicate with her and just so she can go trick-or-treating. So this was like around Halloween times. So yeah, let me find it. I think I've got it. It was on ITV News, so I'm just gonna see if I can play it for you. But first, let me take off the sound in case it's playing an advert. Yeah, it's playing an advert right now. Maybe I'll show it to you on a different link, just so it immediately plays it. Here you go.
Always been pretty scary. She's profoundly deaf. For Ada, getting ready for Halloween has always been pretty scary. She's profoundly deaf, and so hasn't ever been able to enjoy the experience in the same way as her hearing friends.
People open doors and they speak, and she won't understand any of that. And it can be stressful, and she's left out. So it's just we've avoided it. Basically, we haven't wanted to put her in a position that we know would be stressful and isolating.
This year, Ada's going trick-or-treating for the first time because her neighbours have learned a bit of British Sign Language.
Oh, sorry.
They've been practicing all week, ready for Thursday. Door number 1, success. These are Ada's first conversations with the people who live on her road. And for them, being able to communicate with her is a completely new experience. The whole street has got involved. The hope is others across the country will too. And to see Ada this happy on Halloween is enough to give anyone goosebumps. Stacey Foster, IT.
How amazing is that? This is what I was saying. It's just, My phone's ringing. It's just little things you can do. Like, see how her neighbors made her so happy. And she's probably not gonna be the only person who is deaf that they might be needing to use BSL for. Like, look, they've learned BSL because they've got a neighbor who's deaf, and so imagine they come across another deaf person in life. So yeah, it's a win-win for everybody. It's just little things like that. It's that simple to be a disability ally. Like, learn a couple words. I've always wanted to learn BSL, if I'm honest with you, but um can't quite seem to get it. But yeah, small things like that. For me, it's a case of, because I make content, I put captions on my content, and then that means other people who, it's not just people who have a hearing impairment, it's also people who might be neurodivergent, who have a processing difficulties, anything. You never really know, and you never really know who's in your audience as well. Literally, it's a simple step. Just make your content accessible. You know, if you're not a creator, then yeah, just go about your life thinking about ways you could be an advocate or be an ally. So yeah, a business owners, I mentioned a couple things in it, so yeah, a few things back there. Now I wanted to read the affirmation of the day. Let me see. Okay, so the affirmation of the day is, I am happy with who I am and can be. I am happy with who I am and who I can be. Do you know, I feel like I've read that one before, but I don't know why. Perhaps it's similar to one I've read before, but yeah. I'm just gonna let that one sit. I'm gonna let that one sit, and yeah. Okay. I think that's it, you know. I feel like there was something else I wanted to cover for you guys, but now. Okay, I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, but you know what? We'll leave this live. We'll make this one just purely International Day of Persons with Disabilities related, and I'll be back tomorrow just talking about a bit of tea that's on the interwebs. And then also tomorrow is Must Watch Wednesday. Okay, back to what I was saying actually. There's a show on Netflix. It's called, what is it called? Later Daters, something like that. But it sounds like it's really good so far. So I don't know if I want to talk about that as well. But what we were going to talk about is The Ultimatum, because the first episode of the new season is dropping tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'll be back here tomorrow for Must Watch Wednesday, and we can bond over some TV shows. And also, I'll show you guys how I watch stuff, because I think all this time I've been talking about shows and things that I watch. I don't really show you how I keep up with what's happening. So I will show you guys a snippet of how I watch stuff with audio description, which helps a bunch. It really helps. I watch some things without audio description, but it's mostly a case of listening at this point. I miss out on a lot. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in today, and yeah, I think that will be it from me. Let me just turn down the volume so I'm not playing back to myself. Okay, all right then. Okay, so I haven't missed out anyone. Nice hit. Okay, I've seen that one already. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for tuning in today. I am going now. I'm just gonna go relax and sleep. It's been a long day, but yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you. I was gonna say I'll catch you next time, and then I was gonna try and play the song, but I can't find it now. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I know, right? Okay, there we go. Bye.